Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar. Não é só na vida que a vida, não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída. Fecha os olhos e você vai ver. Não é só aqui que o sol ilumina. Coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra querer. Apagaram as luzes pra eu ver. Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse
know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. 'Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
Bobbity bobbity bop. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. The CIA. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house. The FBI. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing, everybody? Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. Let's get on camera 1. How are we doing, everybody? Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is well. I know I am. I am doing fan-freaking-tastic. All right, let's get into this heavily awaited broadcast. Many of you have asked for my take on this, and I heard you, and we're going to get into it. Hold on. All right. There we go. So, in true Oscars fashion, we are dressed for the occasion. Yeah, I like that, huh? Dress for the occasions, why don't we? Because we stand with the bullshaggeredness that happened last night. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. How many people witnessed the Oscars last night? I didn't. I was working, but then I woke to, what am I doing? Candle of the evening. For the Oscars, we're going to do Palo Santo from Le Labo. We're going to need some Hollywood and then fragrance. 2 fragrances. Start off today with none other than Bond Number 9, Bleecker Street, a great springtime fragrance. And then for the evening, we just dropped all the way into Bond Number 9, Shea Bond. So we're going to need to get a little swig of this. Yeah, okay. Little swig of that. That's Red Bull, and this is the water. We had to bring back the water glass for this one. Because people, Hollyweird has gotten stranger and stranger and stranger. And tonight we're going to talk about it. We are going to get into this because, yeah, so many things. That's Red Bull, and this, so many things. So do me a favor, folks. I'm gonna, now we're gonna switch it over to, I let the members only, for the first part of this, I'm gonna allow subscribers to be a part of it. We're not gonna switch to members only chat until it gets to be too overwhelming. Right now, we're going to do members and subscribers, but here's the thing. The engagement must be up. If you're a member and if you're a subscriber, you haven't hit the like button, I'm going to give you 60 seconds. 60 seconds to get over 5,000 likes. We need 2,000 more likes. If we don't get over 5,000 likes, I'm going to members only chat. So, yes, shout out to my dude Chris Rock. He rocked the blue one, the blue electric. And tonight I started to do the blue, but I decided to do the green electric velvet. So yeah. Get the likes up, people. You have 45 seconds, and I will wait before we get it up, because that is important. The engagement lets people know where you are, and hit the super chat too, because hey, I let you slide. You came in, come on and at least do me a favor, do something behind the scenes and pay a little something on the back end. You can do that, I think. All right, let's see. We are there. Okay, so chat room is going incredibly fast. So what we're going to do is I got to make sure we slow this thing down. Y'all just typing like mad men in here. Mad men and mad women. And that's good, because people want to be heard on this thing. One of the funniest things is I've heard women and men say some of the darndest things. But you know what? I have found one person who I think encapsulates everything I want to be said. In this regard. What the heck just happened there? Nah, let's do this. I found one person that encapsulates everything I want to be heard in one person. One person said it better than anybody else, I think, and we're going to let her have her day, shall we? Let's do it that way.
Is uncomfortable.
No, I would define tonight as a success.
Okay.
It was a great night tonight.
Okay. What did you?
First of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife,
Okay.
which we don't see that much anymore.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Tiffany Haddish. For those, she starred in a movie with Jada. It was called Girls Trip or something or other. And, you know, she's been out here for a while doing her thing. And a reporter asked her if she was wearing a costume, and that was kind of funny. It wasn't a costume, it was a dress. But here we go. I think this one person encapsulated what so many, I've heard a lot of women say today.
That made me. It was a great night tonight.
Okay. What did
First
you?
of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope. How about you?
I
How
wanted.
did you feel about it?
I wanted your opinion on it because you're a comedian, and so it was that thing where like, was that joke too far? How did you feel about what Will did? Because you are someone who's done comedy, and yet, like you just said, you saw a man defending his wife.
Yeah. I want to know how you felt about it. Would you want your husband to do that for you if you was clearly hurt? I mean, they put her face up on the screen. He looked over at his wife. She was hurt. What would you want?
I would want him to defend me. The thing that made me sad was like this was a big night for Will, and then you saw that emotion for him, and it was like God, it's just I can't. I don't think I've still processed how this night went. You know.
Well, I just know she better take care of business when they get home. Because I know I would. If my man did that for me, I'm just saying, yellow.
Did you talk to either of them tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you tell them how you felt?
Oh, they know how I feel.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, they know how I feel. That's my friends.
Yes.
They know.
Well, you go way back with them to some of the.
It's a girls' trip.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. They know my crazy.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Well, it was incredible to watch Will up there, T1. How did you feel watching him give that speech?
I felt very proud. I felt gratified. And I just hope that more men are like that. Care about their families. Now, it's not just about you, right? It's not just about you, sir. It's about your family, the people you create, the people that help you be who you are. That's important. That's what I think America forgot about.
What do you say to people who are critiquing him online right now?
Yeah, what you doing for your family? Who you protect?
Okay, by the way, what can we expect from the book? Because we all want to read it.
That's how they're trying to spin this bullshit. As Will Smith jumps up to defend his wife and his family. Gentlemen, make no mistake. We have entered dark, dark territory, especially amongst black men. Gentlemen, that's what they expect of us. That's what they expect. They expect you, they expect me to run into to jump up with a battery in our back with no thought and just throw away a life of work. I am going to sit back and plenty of people have said what they got to say. You've heard all the jokes, and I don't have any new material to add on this one. Like you said, they're public figures. And for so many people so many women, black women, to be rushing to defend violence, these are the same people who would sit back and tell you that domestic violence is wrong. I mean, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. And to spin it as though this man came to the defense of his wife's honor. Wife's honor? Let's get into this, people. We have been drug into the Smith family debacle for the past 3 years. None of us asked to be here. None of us asked Jada Pinkett Smith to go make red table talk and start discussing the intimate details of her family and such and so forth. And Will, you ain't escaping from this free either, my friend. Will Smith don't have to cuss to sell on his records, but I do. You chose your image. You chose to marry a woman, Jada Pinkett Smith, who everyone knew, and you even knew she was still in love with Tupac. You chose that. And what y'all choose to do in your own personal, private life is one thing. But I find it funny how so many people are trying to frame this as a man standing up for his family. What about Chris Rock's motherfucking family? What about Chris Rock's people? What about Chris Rock's kids? Why does Chris Rock get punched or slapped on international television and that's okay? Why? Because he's a black man. And like I've always said, gentlemen, make no mistake about it. Like it or not, the one person you could not have done that to would have been a black woman, but you can do it to a black man, and you got black women and black men co-signing this. Black men, I want you to be clear. If you are running out defending this bullshit, you need your head checked. Pounding your chest, jumping out of the window, defending this Captain Save 'em kind of stuff ain't gonna get you any brownie points. Not going to get you any brownie points. Not going to get you anything. First of all, let's talk about some high level stuff. The Academy has a code of conduct. A code of conduct, things you should and should not be able to do. When you go to these award ceremonies, they even have people sitting in the on deck circle just for when the celebrities and stuff go to the bathroom for seat fillers, like extras on the set. And when these people are there, they have to abide by certain rules. There is a story of a woman who was a seat filler. And she was asked by a celebrity, hey, you ever hold the Oscar? No. You want to hold one? Yeah. And the woman took her picture of her holding the Oscar. She posted it on Instagram. They removed her from the Oscars. So let me get this right. If you are caught holding an Oscar, and as a seat filler, you can be kicked out. But you got all of mother flipping security watched Will Smith march up to the stage. What did they think he was going to do? Hug Chris Rock? Yell at him? Chris Rock didn't know what was going on because the joke wasn't bad. And the assumption, and let's get this whole disease. She's got a disease. This woman doesn't have pancreatic cancer. Her life is not in jeopardy. It is alopecia. Men have it too. When they lose their beard, when they lose their splotchy hair, it is not so traumatic that she is to be handled with kid gloves. And let's remember, Will Smith threw his head back laughing, ha, 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 until he looked over at Jada Pinkett Smith, and then automatically, boom, you know what happened? Execute Order 66. That is exactly what happened. Enter battery into back, enter self-destruction mode, black man. Will Smith jumped up and executed Order 56. He went up there on the night to where everyone knew he was going to win. And what did he do? Made a fool out of himself. Made everyone in the audience feel uncomfortable. To where people are sitting back consoling him. Oh, poor Will. Man, screw Will Smith in this regard, man. Why y'all patting Will on the back? Tyler and Denzel, why didn't y'all go talk to Chris Rock and say, that's disgusting what happened to you? Security didn't do their job. Even if they let the incident happen. And this is why I tell you, gentlemen, y'all better learn how.
Execute Order 66.
This is why I tell you guys, gentlemen, this is why I tell you, learn martial arts. Couldn't have been me. I support Shannon Sharp on this. Will Smith, I will tell you right now, you trained to be Muhammad Ali. I'd have tested your chin. Because when that man is coming towards you, he's not coming for friendly things. And I know Chris Rock has a contract to sign and this and that and all the business, but I am sorry. There is something that's called a reaction. I wouldn't have whether I would have jumping into a fight, maybe not, but I wouldn't let him hit me. You can evade that. Step 45-degree angles in when he rear back, all you gotta do is step 45-degree angle in or slide with it, hook over. There's all kind of things, but I would not have just ate a full face slap. If somebody used to be a bouncer at a nightclub, I tell you, there's ways to avoid contact without having to initiate, but French toast that. Not on international TV, because look, when Will Smith did what he did, there is no win. One man dominates another. Nah, man. Let's keep it moving. Gentlemen, learn how to defend yourself. Because there's only a few things that are worse than to slap a man, especially a black man. The only other thing is to spit on him. Security saw this happen, and Will Smith was allowed to go sit back in his chair. No security came. No one said a mumbling word to him. Then he was allowed to drop not one, but 2 F-bombs. That's an FCC violation. They didn't cut to commercial. They didn't do anything because, hey, it's just a black man. It's just a black man getting slapped on international TV. It's just a black man being slapped in front of the world. You know, it's just Chris Rock. It's just Pookie. You know, it ain't no big deal. Ha, 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 ha. You know, it's just Chris Rock, man. Fuck that. It is more than that. Our image was attacked last night. And Will Smith, you did this. And you did it, and it wasn't even, and my thing is, even if you side with the fact that he attacked, it wasn't his first mind. He reacted to how his wife looked. Insert the battery in back.
Execute Order 66.
And this is why we are the joke of so many people, because look, if Will Smith's initial reaction would have been to check Chris Rock, I may be able to rock with that one. But only when Big Mama get upset, then you got to fly into action. And everybody, that's why I say, don't question Big Mama. Don't question Big Mama. Here we got it. So now what ends up happening? He drops 2 F-bombs. Assault a man on TV. Then he has the nerve to come up there and offer some bullshit apology, talking about I am being called by God to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, so Chris Rock ain't protected by God? Chris Rock don't have a family? This bullshit virtue signaling. You want to protect your family? You know where you need to start with. That red table talk. And all the stuff that's out here. The edge you're on ain't got nothing to do with Chris Rock or us. He apologized and actually tried to frame it as it was some virtuous moment where he was emulating Richard Williams, how he bullshit, man. I was so disgusted. Because, yeah, why does this matter? Because I'm a black man and we have one ethnic image. And you got two of the wealthiest, most notable black men in the world, arguably in American history, reduced to a bullshit fight at a club. Disgusting. And then you got people sitting back co-signing this mess. I saw a man standing up for his wife. The bottom line is it was supposed to be Will Smith's night. But just what we have shown far too many times, it is damn near impossible for a black man to have something of his own. Barack Obama was the president. He shared the spotlight with Michelle. Will Smith has had to share his spotlight with his wife, and it's never been good enough. And instead of taking care of business on the therapist's couch, and instead of taking care of business and doing what he needs to do, he decides to take it out on another black man. This is why I tell you, black men, we are all we got. This is why code is so important between men. This is why I don't beef. Because once it starts, it never stops. And we are so quick to respect each other by not getting into this shit in the first place. For the men who always claim they want to be the most respected are some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers on the planet. That's right, I said it. This is street that, my code and this and that. Some of the most disrespectful people, because you cannot let one man stay in his lane and do what he has to do. Chris Rock is a comedian. Jada Pinkett Smith is a public figure, whether we like it or not. And when you are on the front 5 or 6 rows and a comedian's up there, you are fair game. It was a punk move on all accounts. This man is stature is bigger, stronger, and Chris Rock, thank you, my friend, because even though I like to believe I would have handled it different, I don't believe you expected this man was going to come up to you and disrespect you and assault you for the entire world to see. I hope it comes out that he's on drugs or something. That something's wrong, because there is no way that was supposed to ever happen. But yeah, it does. It happens when you become a simp. Y'all can say what people can say what they want about men's lifestyle content, men's content spaces, but this is one of the uncomfortable possible outcomes from men becoming so emasculated, so entangled to where they just pop. What do y'all want men to do? Oh, Will Smith was supposed to just let Jada run wild and say what she want to do, what she want. Well, you can't control nobody in this world, but Chris Rock is not your problem. Chris Rock wasn't in your house entangling with your wife. Chris Rock ain't on the red table talk. And none of us deserve to listen to any more of y'all's bullshit. I think I speak for a lot of black people. We are tired of hearing the Smith family bullshit. Save us all the trouble of your family bullshit. It's not helping anybody. And to say this has done something for a black man defending a black, no, it's tarnished the black male image. If anything, where's the win for black men in this? And that's what you guys better understand. You need to understand that the way you win is through respect of other men. True power is not in what you do, it's in what you don't do. Like it or not, when you choose to become a public figure, you're going to have to eat a lot of shit. And you don't get to just blow up on the public stage, on international TV, and then it's all okay because you're Will Smith. Absolutely not. It's one thing if it had been your own event, but you assaulted Chris Rock. We're not talking about a peon here. We're talking about a megastar with a large battery of work and somebody to be respected. But you did something to the one man you could do something to. Because you can't, man, anyway. Anyway. This is why I say black men in general, black men in particular, therapy is so important. Therapy. Deal with your mama issues, because I said it Friday in that closing monologue, the level of abuse that goes on in the black community, that goes untalked about at the hands of far too many women that are mothers. We put all this burden on the men, all this burden on the fathers, but since the 90s, Shahrazad Ali we've been talking about this. Iyanla Vanzant come 180 from the time when she was the Yoruba priestess on Donahue, checking Miss Sister Ali to saying, black women, you're out of order. Because you get paid to be out of order. If Jada was that sensitive about the subject, then why come out? Oh, you saying she shouldn't come out of the house? I didn't say that. But if you're out, you're out. Things can be said about anybody. Again, this woman is not suffering from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. There is nothing that you can say that would justify what Will Smith did or the reason behind it. Nothing. Far better if he really wanted to handle it, you do what a man's supposed to do. He says something, Y'all know how this works. Step to the right, step to the left. When they leave off stage for a break, hey, Chris, let me talk to you. Did you know and ask him to explain what he means. Did you know my wife has an autoimmune disease, suffering from an autoimmune condition, alopecia? You don't even know if that man knew that. And when I hear Oprah Winfrey's road dog, Gayle King, saying, I know Chris Rock. He's not a malicious man. I can't believe that he did it. I don't believe Chris Rock even knew that Jada Pinkett had alopecia. These people are a little bit different. Look at how the children adorn and express themselves. It's not uncommon for black women to cut their hair off. He could have stepped to that man, asked him, or in his acceptance speech, he could have done what he should have done. And if he really had an issue, highlight it then. But violence, look how hypocritical he looked. You want to tell Pookie and Ray Ray and the street people and this and that and that. No. That dog won't hunt. And that's part of the issue. When we sit around and try to talk about how this or that, it's always the hypocrisy. That's why I say I'm not perfect in any stretch of the imagination. But this is about black men. Whatever is going on with Will, you should never take it out on another black man. Why not step to the real problem, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get into it. You know what the real problem is? Far too many black men fear black women. You fear their disapproval. You fear being canceled. You fear Big Mama. You fear your mama. The queen energy in your mind. The only group of men that I can point to that move this way. Defending someone's honor is one thing, but let's talk about that. He was defending his wife's honor. He was defending his wife's honor. I can hear that. I can hear that. I can hear that. Defending your wife's honor, provided your wife is defending your honor with her image and her behavior. See, it's my opinion that a wife should defend her husband's honor with the way she carries herself and the way she behaves and the way she communicates. She should carry herself in a way that a wife should, so that puts her above reproach or above the crowd to where she comes with a natural amount of immunity to the bullshit. So if anyone were to go against that or say something or do something, then it is without a shadow of a doubt that you need to defend that. But how do you defend the honor of someone who is, one is proactive and one is reactive? You want your man to defend your honor? Then, sister, you need to defend your man's honor with your words, your appearance, and your behavior at all times. We all witnessed the entanglement bullshit. How was Jada Pinkett Smith defending her husband's honor? Y'all don't want to go there though. Y'all want black men to just take it and take it and take it and take it and take it. You want men to just take it and take it and take it and take it until what? Until what? Because this is what happened on the Oscars. Well, go down to your local county, go down to your local prison, look at the charges between, especially black on black, and I would bet a high percentage of the time you find incidents between black men. It's not hard for me to believe If you look at the source of it, at the root cause of it, it's usually some dispute over some woman. But that's on us. Stop letting women put batteries in your back, gentlemen. Simping is dangerous. Look at what he just did to Will Smith. One of the biggest nights of his life ruined. Forever scarred. He will never be the same. You can't live this down. And then the fact that you didn't even have the balls enough to apologize to Chris Rock then. You waited almost 24 hours. The man chose not to press charges, chose not to hit back, chose to just let it go. And you and I both know Chris Rock could have done many of things. As Will Smith was walking off, he could have just said, damn, I'll feel that smack until August. Then what would Will have done? What would Will have done? I'm gonna feel that smack. I'm gonna feel that one until August. What's Will gonna do? He gonna run back up there and get another one? Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. That's just like when a virulent racist calls you a ninja. That's your biggest bullet. You've dropped your biggest bullet. Walking up and slapping a man, and he ate the slap, and then yelling like a female from the audience. Big Willie style. Man, you should be disgusted with yourself. You should be disgusted with yourself that you allow yourself to blow up over something that you laughed at. Again, if it would have been his own reaction, maybe. From ha 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 to, ooh, she's angry, let me go up and slap a man. Do you know what? Hollywood has been telling us for a long time how we should and should not act. And most of us don't live in their world. And this is a time for men in general, black men in particular, to draw a line in the sand and say no more. No more of this believe women at all. No more of just, gentlemen, what is the agenda here? For men to destroy men? On behalf of whom? We're not talking about Mother Teresa here. What are we doing? Who do you build with when you fight with the very men? The clip of Chris Rock being on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air years ago, Chris Rock is who you work with. Chris Rock is who you build with. You don't beef with the men you build with. And you damn sure don't do it in public. You don't do it in public, and you don't resort to violence. What you do is you don't fuck with each other anymore. That's what you do. But no, this is one lesson that black men can learn. Stop allowing your ego and trying to look big in front of women to make you blow up your stuff. You really want to disdain somebody? Stop dealing with them. Stop acting like you say these women act. I mean, come on, guys. A lot of times, like, women do this and women do that, expose and this and that. Well, then, what the hell? And I've heard someone saying, Jada should have said, no, Will, come back and sit your butt down. No. She couldn't have done that. Calling Will, he would have been emasculated anyway. We have all seen what has happened. And this is where I think it's incumbent upon the community. We need to start taking men's mental health, men's emotion, and men's state of mind into consideration. Stop demonizing men for not being, you have these whole movements of guys who are just out of the dating market, men who are average, who are locked out of mating and relationships. What do y'all think is going to happen when you keep pushing men and keep pushing men and keep pushing men? They're human too. Will Smith has resources and access. And hopefully this will be a time for him to take a step back and realize that, you know what? Maybe the issue is internal, whether it's inside my house, inside my head, but it ain't other people. Chris Rock, an apology, you owe him a hell of a lot more than that. So I thank you, Chris Rock. I thank you. It took a hell of a man to do what you did, man. And as a bouncer, I've had some shit happen to me that for the betterment of other people. I've talked about it. When I was a bouncer, I had somebody spit on me. And I had to take it. Why? Because the other guy I was with, we would have gotten destroyed at a 5-1 fight. It was 2 against 5, and one of the guys was new. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to take it, but that's the position I chose. If you choose to be a public figure, you choose to be out here, you take everything that comes with it. It ain't always pleasant. Trust me. But under no circumstances does that allow me to go get violent. You don't think I've seen shit. It's human nature, but no, because that's not manly. Let somebody get you to the point to where you snap in a moment of violence. Man, come on. You should have just left. He owes Chris Rock an apology. A hell of a lot more than an apology. And I hope you get some help, Will. I hope this is also a message to other men. Don't become Will Smith. Do not get emasculated and disrespected and ground down by the woman you love or dealing with so much that you feel like you got to destroy yourself for this for this family. No, your job is to not die. No, that's why I played that Tiffany Haddish piece. No. Defend your family, yes. But your family also needs to defend you. You are not a resource to be eaten up and used and discarded by everybody in this world. Man, black man, you matter too. When you're on the red carpet, stop trying to look at her. No, it's your spotlight. Let her be your wife. I'm going to just say it. Black men, take your place. Stop trying to share the spotlight. It will breed contempt and disrespect in the long term. Hey, yeah, I'm here, but look at her. No, let her be her, you be you. Because that's how men move. We're the only group of men who feels like that we got to share our success with everybody else, dim our stars, make everybody else happy. But then when it comes right down to it, when you crack, you break, what is it? Oh, well, you know. And when you crack, you break, you tend to try to take out somebody. And what do? Proximity, take out somebody that looks like you. French toast, all that. But you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe I'm completely wrong. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up because I'm open to the fact that maybe, just maybe, y'all think, oh man, you on some bullshit on this one, Kevin. Will did the right thing by assaulting Chris Rock, a megastar on international TV, in defiance of the Academy and the code of conduct and the rules and everything else. Chris Rock should have been abused and assaulted, because saying, I can't wait to see your wife in a new movie. I bet you if a movie came out starring G.I. Jane, she'd have been in it like a, man, please. Her career ain't been doing so well. Gentlemen, one thing that I've said, and I will say it again. I want to hear from the ladies on this one. Gentlemen, one of the things we have not learned, especially in the black community, is the ability to check our women. Check your chick. Check your chick. Why is this important? Well, plenty of women have come out and said, you know what? I like a man who can put me in my place. I like a man who can tell me to sit down somewhere. Because if you don't learn how and when, if you don't stand up to your woman, she's going to push you around. I mean, this is a perfect test case. You can be an internationally beloved actor, musician, entertainer, and if you choose to get with a woman and choose to allow it to be emasculated, life can be a living hell. I know a lot of people want to sit around and blame Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, and she has a fair amount of blame. Make no mistake, she does. She has a fair amount of blame. But at the end of the day, Will Smith still has his part to play in this as well. You want to talk to me? You got to get on camera. More than just an apology. More than just an apology. There needs to be money. And a PR campaign about mental health, black male unity. Something needs to come out of this specifically for black men. Because you got to think about it. Chris Rock, what is he going to do? People think they can just, that's another thing. Comedians, I hope comedians go fully in on this. Comedians serve a valuable role in society. Look at some of the stuff Dave Chappelle has been able to accomplish that during this cancel culture. What are we telling the people? That if you don't like what somebody says, you can assault them? Man, that's bull crap. You're going to be the butt of this. Look up the Streisand effect, people. The Streisand effect. If you want to talk to me, I must see you on camera. The Streisand effect. Unmute yourself. It says iPhone. Hello. How old are you? All right. What do you got for me? Uh-huh.
himself in a very bad situation.
Okay. All right. So here, okay. So I agree with you, but what I want to try to do is I want to get people who disagree or think that this is okay. I mean, thank you though. Appreciate it. If you got, here's the thing. I want people who, you don't have to vehemently disagree, but I want to hear the opposite because I am shocked at how many men I have seen saying, but what about him disrespecting his wife? I'm like, wait a minute. Ladies, please explain why you would want your man to go do something like this. All right, so when you decide to when you get on Zoom, it's going to ask you to connect your audio using Wi-Fi, whatever. You're going to have to click yes. Your audio must be connected. All right, let's go. Heaven. Nope, can't hear you. So unmute yourself. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm all right. How old are you?
I'm 27.
All right. So what did I get wrong about this?
I don't think you got anything wrong. I think that what Will Smith did was unfair because the position that Chris Rock was in, Chris Rock didn't have an opportunity to respond like a man could have. I think Chris Rock had to make an important decision on whether he was going to do his job or to retaliate.
Hold
And
on, hold
so
on.
I felt
Hold on. Heaven Maid, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Do you agree or disagree with me?
Both. I have
Okay.
my own opinion, but a lot of things that you said is true.
Okay. What do you disagree with me on?
Um, I think that what you said about him doing it in private because you're supposed to address your brother in private and not in public, especially with a lot of people who don't like a lot of people of color. So for them to have something to say about it and just go on and say, yeah, you see why we don't invite them, or you see they can't even act right, or
You did. So you
just how
disagree.
they.
Hold on. So you disagree with me saying they should have did it in private?
No, it was just the other things that you were saying. The stuff you were saying about them were right, but saying like
So what do you disagree with?
men are
What do you
saying that
disagree?
men are scared of their wives for standing up for them, because I think that God created man and woman to be together. So for him to stick up for his wife, I think is good. But I think it was just on how he went about on it.
Hold on.
Because
Hold on. I think you're confused. Okay. I said men are scared of their wives. I said far too many black men are deified or afraid of their mother image. We put women on too high of a platform.
okay.
Is that what you're referring to?
Okay, I probably did miss I probably didn't hear you right. So my apologies for that.
I mean, do you think that? Okay, so do you disagree with that point of view or not?
No, I agree with that. Back then I didn't,
Okay.
but I do
Okay.
now.
So anything else you disagree with?
Um, That's it. Just everybody needs to be treated like a human. If you,
Okay. So what I'm
no
trying to
matter
do
if
is
you're a man or
okay.
a woman.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to the people who have a disagreement. So I'm gonna mute you two. I can't pronounce your name, but you're in there. Hello.
You can call me Coco. So
Okay, Coco. What do you disagree with?
the only thing I disagree with, I
Hold
don't
on. Let me do this real quick so I can get us all in the same space. Okay. Only thing you disagree with is go ahead.
is that I don't think he did it to defend Jada's honor. I think he did it because I've read some snippets from his book, and he always felt that he was looked at as the punk, that he wasn't respected as a man, and that in his childhood he saw his father beat his mother and he didn't do anything. And so he's always just let people kind of, and I'm
Well,
not defending his
I
actions.
didn't. Now, here's the thing. I don't believe he did it for her honor. I thought that's
Yeah.
just what he said.
Yeah.
I think he just he's allowed himself to be the butt of so many jokes, and he took. But the thing is, that's fine. But if it had been The Rock, or if it had been somebody else, he would have let that slide. He's almost 100 pounds more than this dude.
Yeah.
So, anything else that you disagree with about it?
No, I think he was totally wrong, and I think he will do right by Chris Rock. I think that
I don't. How can you? Here's the thing. I want to be
or make
curious.
amends.
How can he fix it?
There's the only course of action is to make amends by however Chris Rock feels is the correct way to make amends.
Okay. Well, hold on. All right. Thank you. Bring some other people in. Okay. Unmute you. Hello.
Hey Kevin, how are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 32.
All right. So, what did I get wrong, or what do you disagree with?
I disagree with the fact that, Will Smith, he is human, and whether you feel like the alopecia thing wasn't a life-threatening illness, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. What if she's like upset and you know what I mean? And he had to wipe her tears at night and stuff like
So
that.
what?
So
So what?
I mean, I agree. No, I agree to. I'm just saying that
Okay.
part about the alopecia thing. You know what I mean? Like we really don't know the severity of how she feels about that. You know what I'm saying?
But why? But why does that matter?
And in retrospect to what he
It
went
doesn't. It doesn't keep Jada Pinkett Smith in the house with the blinds closed.
that's
She
true.
is on Red Table Talk, and she is out on the red carpet.
That's true. You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm the devil's advocate. I'm just you asked what I disagree with. That's the only
Uh-huh.
part else I agree with.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, I get the fact that she has a condition. Chat. I mean, we no. I get it. Okay. Let me bring somebody else in.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem. Let me bring some more folks in here because I really want to hear you're next, ma'am, and then you're next. After that, you're Kelly. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right. So, what did I get wrong, or what do you disagree with me on?
I did not know it was disagreement only. I actually do agree with you.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me bring somebody else on to just Kelly. Because Kelly, unmute yourself.
Hey,
Hello.
Kevin.
How are
Hey,
you?
I'm well.
How old are you?
I am 53 almost.
All right. So, what did I get wrong, or what do you disagree with me on?
Okay, so let me see. Now, I feel like Will wasn't 100% wrong. Now, you talk about his mental state, but we have to understand that he is a human being, number one. He is a man, number two. Okay. And that being said, we look at him as an actor. We see this person, we believe that we know these people's lives oh so well, and we really don't. This is their jobs. This is what they do. Okay. Him and his wife, we don't know what's going on between them. We don't know the hurt that this woman has behind losing her hair. Okay. No one knows how this woman is feeling when she's reaching for her hair and it's coming out.
Hold on. So if Will Smith would have shot Chris Rock, would that have been okay?
See, that's a little extreme, Kevin.
No, it's not. No, it's
Why
not.
isn't it?
Well, first off, you didn't answer my question.
No, it wouldn't have been right.
Okay, so there is a line that would have been wrong.
Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying there is a line where you would say something is definitely wrong.
Yes.
All right. Where is that line?
I would say the line would be the disrespect.
No.
The blatant
Where is the
disrespect.
no. Where is the okay? There you say a slap is permissible, but murder isn't. So where is the line between slap and murder? Where does it cross?
Well, there's a huge line. I'm sorry.
Where? About where though? About where? Where would Will Smith? What should he? What's the? There has to be something between those two because you said it's extreme. Okay, where's the dividing line?
I would say the dividing line would be, once again, I don't know his thoughts. No one knows what was going on.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, let me be more clear. What is the action? What is the action that will be the dividing line?
The action that would be the dividing line will probably be a slap as opposed to a gun. That's the opposing line.
But I want to be fair. You said that's a bit extreme, okay? You said that's a bit extreme, Kevin, and I said okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the next step then? Because if a gun is extreme and a slap is permissible, what if he'd have punched him? Would that have been okay?
Actually, I thought he did punch you.
Okay, what if he would have punched him 3 times?
What I can't understand is, people. I mean, it's like we have to still understand. I see where you're going with this, Kevin, and I have great respect for you. My son is a huge fan. He's your little mini me. But anyway, and I thank you for that. I just want to throw that out there. But let me just say this. We don't understand what's going on in people's, like you mentioned, mental health. That's a real issue in the Black community that isn't being addressed as it should be. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But what you also have to understand is you can only take so much on this journey.
Ma'am, we're roughly the same age. And what you didn't say is what we both know.
What's that?
The line is when you decide to put your hands on somebody.
Oh, well, yeah.
But you're saying that now, but you can't say that and then saying slapping is acceptable.
Kevin, if you were disciplining your children, slapping them as
ma'am, this is not disciplining my child. This is no different than when somebody's on public versus private property. You got to you can't go apples and oranges. All the mental health and everything else is fine. Because it's
not apples and oranges?
Because it's 2 different arguments, man. We're old enough to be able to hold 2 separate thoughts. We can't. So if you're saying a gun shooting is too far, but a slap is okay, no, both of them are wrong.
I don't agree.
Really?
I don't agree.
The law calls it assault.
Yeah, and a gun is murdering somebody is shooting someone is murder.
Right, and hold on, ma'am. But if you went to jail or if you got arrested and you were held accountable for those crimes, would you be punished the same for a slap or murder?
Absolutely not. You and I both.
Because one is more extreme than the other, but they're both crimes.
Kevin.
Ma'am, that's simple logic, ma'am. It's simple logic.
But it's simple, but it's not.
It is very simple, man. Because it's simple for the fact that would Will Smith have walked up there and done the same to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
I don't know. Who
You
knows?
damn right he
Maybe
wouldn't
he
have,
would
cause
have.
you damn right he wouldn't have, cause the Rock
Now
would
the
have. Excuse
response would
me,
have been
hold on. You can't
different from The
overtalk me. You
Rock
can't
as it
overtalk me. You can't
was.
overtalk me. You can't overtalk me. Nope.
I apologize.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson would have beat his monkey ass.
Well,
So what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand is you're arguing in your emotion, but it doesn't make logical sense. Make it
and
make logical sense.
you want me to make it logical sense, Kevin?
Yes.
And the logical sense for me would be I don't see where Will Smith was wrong. I see where Chris Rock was being very disrespectful. This is my take on it. Every human being has their own take. We don't know what was going on. These are these people's lives. All we're doing is forming an opinion.
Well, no, ma'am. This is where we don't. We live in a country and a society of laws where we sit down as a populace and determine right wrong. And we have sat down in society and said, when you decide to put your hands on somebody else, your rights stop where mine start. When you do that, we've decided that's against the law. Therefore, all that we are human beings stuff stops because we can apply that to anything. You got a house, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in a bad way. I'm going through a lot of shit. It's hard out here for a pimp. So I decided to break in your house and take all your shit. I ain't had sex in a long time. It's hard out here for a pimp. So you know what? I'm a little hard up, a little horny. So I roll up on you and knock you in the back of your head and whatever happened. Oh, those things will make very common, clear sense. But when we put it as slap versus disrespect, that's gray. Come on, man. It's against the law.
Well, Kevin, let's not forget we didn't write the laws. That's number
Will
one.
Smith signed
Okay.
Will Smith is a member of the Academy. He signed a contract that has code of conduct. They're not
Clearly, he
supposed to
broke
do
that
anything
conduct.
that's supposed to make the Academy look bad. If you look, ma'am, you're trying to argue a point instead of just saying
You
Will
wanted
was.
somebody to disagree
I
with you.
do, but I want you to understand why you can feel one thing, but if okay, let me ask you this. What would the world look like if if the world operated according to your way? People just act on how they feel once they've crossed the line. What would society look like?
It would look exactly like it's looking right now today, Kevin. It would look exactly. It would
Ma'am,
mirror today's
I think
image.
you're being a little hyper. What state do you live in?
I live in California. I live in Marin City, California.
I think you're being very hyperbolic. We don't live in a society like that. A society like that, you couldn't even. It's called The Purge. You ever see the movie called The Purge?
Oh yeah, all
That's
yeah, all
what.
of
Okay,
it.
or you ever see The Walking Dead or something like
Yes.
that? Ma'am, you're being no. You don't live in a world where people can just do what the hell they want to.
Well, in a sense, they do.
No, not in a sense. They don't because they fear the law. Will Smith walked up to another black man who's a family man, who has children, who has a mother and father, who has fans. This is Chris Rock we're talking about.
Yeah.
And he went and open slapped him. And you're saying that we don't know what Will Smith is going through. We don't have to know. I don't understand why you're saying we should understand Will Smith when that's wrong.
And I don't understand why Chris Rock didn't get his lick back. That's what I don't understand. But that's a whole nother subject for me.
So you really don't see an issue with what Will Smith did?
Not at that moment. No.
What does
Because I've
that
had to
mean
slap
at that
somebody
moment? What does that mean at that moment? Hold on. When you say at that moment, what do you mean?
I mean, just the heat of the moment. He's
Okay.
looking at his wife pissed
Okay.
off.
How old is your son?
My son is 19.
19.
Yes.
Beautiful time. Also, dangerous time for us as young
Well,
black
see,
men.
but
Hold
but
on,
you
hold
know,
on, hold on, hold
you're the
on, hold on.
godfather, so
You just cut me off. You
he's
just cut
learning
me off.
from
No,
you.
no, 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 no. That's
He ain't
not.
picking up his mama bad habits.
We don't do that. We don't do that, man. That's one thing I do not allow ever.
Okay,
It's just disrespectful. Now you
I
gotta you.
apologize. I apologize.
Um, beautiful
Um,
time for a young black. Beautiful time, but also a dangerous time for a young black man, especially in California.
you're right.
If a young black man, when your son will have an argument and and the other decide to take your son's life, it just in the heat of the moment, would you? I mean, come on, man, you can't make that.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely not.
okay, but that's where that ends, though, man. You said Chris should have got his lick back, and then where does that end?
See, can I? Do you mind?
Go ahead. Where does it end? Go
Okay,
ahead. What,
okay. Let me say this. This generation, as you and I are in the same age bracket, this generation has no idea what it means to fist fight. They don't do that anymore. So if it's a slap, I prefer a slap than a bullet any day of the week. So
but man, we're talking about the Oscars. We're not talking about on the
what does it
basketball
mean?
court.
What does that mean? Because you're in
What
an
is it? What
elite
does it mean? What does it
group of
mean?
people.
What does it mean, ma'am? Okay, no disrespect, ma'am, but there's one thing where men are competing or such and
Yes.
so forth. There's another thing where a man just said, "Can't wait to see you in the next in GI Jane 2. Can't wait to see you." And Will Smith throws his head back in an open belly laugh. You did see that, right?
Yeah, it wasn't an open belly
It
laugh
was,
though.
oh
Was it
man,
all that?
that threw his head back. Ha ha ha! Man, this has been. Trust me, I don't just get up here and say stuff.
Okay, okay.
Okay, he laughed, threw his head back. Ha ha ha! Okay, and then he goes and walks up and slaps a man. That's not a fight. Will Smith
It's a
didn't have
fight
a
when
problem with it initially until he saw his wife's response, and then he decided to go attack another man on her behalf. So he said,
so
"Would you want your husband to do the same?"
absolutely.
Okay,
And you better slap him twice.
okay, so I hear you, and you be willing to visit your husband in the penitentiary and lose all that money and resources and everything else, and you'd stay with him
So
through.
allow someone to blatantly, publicly
Excuse me, ma'am. No, no,
disrespect
no,
me
ma'am,
and
ma'am, 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 ma'am. You would stay with him through the legal process, through the loss of property, through anything that came with it. You'd stay with him.
absolutely.
Okay. Um,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, ma'am.
It's
I don't understand. So I don't get why y'all say disrespect. He told a GI Jane joke. You said that's disrespect to the point that we should allow assault?
he did what he did.
No, that's not what I asked.
You're asking me about someone else? Should he
Yeah,
have
yeah,
done what he
because you're
done?
saying that. So, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I'll be honest. Are you married, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Are you? Did you say you were married or not?
Yes.
Women who think like you are dangerous for men, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the reason Will behaved in the way he did is because Jada supports that kind of stuff. After all, she was down for Tupac. You're talking about two megastar black men being reduced to a slap and fisticuffs over a benign joke.
So who's the joke on now?
Black men, we look like some goddamn fools.
Or do we look like protectors
No,
of
we
our
look like
family?
fools. We look like fools. This Will
We
Smith.
look like fools to
Excuse
who?
me, man. To the world.
To
The
each
man.
other?
Excuse me,
Because that's
ma'am.
all that
To the.
matters.
Why do you think? Okay, I want you to understand. Why do you think I'm going so hard for this? This man, Will Smith, and his wife have had a interesting relationship. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
She openly called her husband to Red Table Talk to discuss an entanglement with her son's friend who was a junkie.
Mhm.
That's disrespectful.
You're absolutely right.
Where was the smoke for Jada? Where was the smoke for August? Where was the smoke for any of that? Chris Rock, a friend, a colleague, a Will Smith made a joke about Jada, love you, G.I. Jane, can't wait to see you. He didn't say, hey, Jada, how does August taste or feel? Or he didn't say anything like that. It was not disrespectful. It was about as benign of a joke as you can get.
Can I please?
Go ahead.
It's only disrespectful to the person that's feeling disrespected. Now,
That's what comedians do, ma'am. That's what comedians do, though, ma'am. That's what comedians do. Okay, ma'am, can we agree, though, on one thing?
What's that?
Is that not what comedians do? That's their job description. That's their job
There's a thin
description.
line.
There's no thin line. No, man. No. Absolutely not. There is no thin line. If you watch the Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hewley, he made his name on roasting the audience. Ma'am, if you are in the Oscars, they bring comedians there to pierce the ego. That's why they're there. Have you ever asked why the Oscars is hosted by comedians? They do it to not take themselves so seriously. That's the purpose. Chris Rock was at work doing what comedians are supposed to do, poking fun and making light of things that you and I can't do.
Well,
who even knows if he knew that woman had alopecia? How about this? If she didn't have alopecia, would it be disrespectful?
I don't, Kevin, honestly.
Answer that question. Be fair, man.
Okay.
Would it be fair if she just cut her hair off? Would it be disrespectful? If she cut her hair off, would it be disrespectful? Huh?
Any low blow.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Comedians. If she didn't have alopecia, would it be disrespect?
Yes.
So
if it made her feel uncomfortable, if it made her feel like that inside of herself and her husband felt that energy from his wife, yes. It was disrespectful.
I need you to understand. I'm trying to be serious here, ma'am. Are you listening? Are you listening to what coming out of your mouth? You're saying that comedians have to calibrate their humor based upon people's potential up and down feelings at any one given moment.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Either you're going to, up and down people's feelings, or you're going to get slapped. You never know what may come your way. They've had people throwing stuff at the comedians on the stage. It's only so much that people, you can't do that to people and laugh it off.
Shit, ma'am. These people come to oh no, ma'am, absolutely not. This is crazy. Ma'am, it's not like these women, it's not like she was forced to come. She didn't have to attend.
Yeah.
She's been at these things. See, y'all, and I want you guys to understand, this is how far many women, black women in particular, will go to defend black women.
And what's wrong with that?
Because you're not above God. You're not above the law. What the French toast is wrong with y'all?
Wait a minute. We all we got, Kevin?
You're not, if this is what it is, we don't need you.
How could you not need us?
Because this is dangerous to us as men.
Okay, then what's your alternative? Someone who doesn't look like you, know you, or even...
Have you been watching my show?
Oh, yes, I have. My son has me hooked.
Excuse me. Yes. Do you think Jada Pinkett Smith is the ideal wife for a black man?
She's the average wife for a black man in 2022.
Y'all better pay attention. I want you to understand.
Think so?
Ma'am, I'm gonna go there. This is excuse me, man. Hold on, whoa, check that shit. Now hold on, wait. I'll let you rock, but you won't do that to me. This is who's raising these girls. I want you to understand. This is who's raising these girls. This is their mama. Sir, whoever you are is my fan. Your mama's out of her damn mind. You out of your motherfucking mind.
Kevin.
Ma'am, we don't need women who think like this. That you get up here and put a barrier in your back and you assault somebody just because they told a joke.
See, you're taking it too lightly.
I'm
You
not
keep
taking it too
saying a
lightly.
joke,
I'm taking it
a
the
joke.
fact that, ma'am, it's not like they were walking down the street and somebody said, damn, your wife got a ball in his head. We're talking about
matter.
two, no, don't overtalk me. We're talking about two public figures, two stars. And Jada Pinkett Smith is known for putting her business out there. I'm not taking it too lightly. You're taking this shit too seriously. If they were that insulted, why didn't they get up and leave?
Kevin.
Why
may I
didn't they
speak?
get up and leave?
You know, see, I don't know why. But like I said in the beginning, I don't disagree with what he did. And I don't believe I'm out of my mind. And this, you
You
know,
would want your son to risk his
whatever.
freedom.
I just feel
So
like
you want your son. So you would want your son
people
to
do what
risk.
they do.
You would want your son to risk his freedom and his acquisition and everything else, and for something like this.
May I?
Yes.
Okay. That's not the point I'm trying
Yes,
to
it is. That's the point I'm asking. Chris Rock, Will Smith is someone's son, just like Chris
Okay.
Rock. Would you want your son to risk his freedom?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why?
But would I want my son to not defend his family and his wife and be disrespected in front of people that hate your people, and you're gonna sit up here and
Wait a minute, wait, whoa. What are you making? You're making this, okay, ma'am. You're making this a black and white issue.
And I will not. I will.
Oh
stand
no,
on what I
no,
believe,
no!
just
Now,
like
now, see, I want you to understand, people. This is who's raising these girls,
And-
this is why they are so. No, this is why
Don't
they are
do that.
so. This is why they are so out. No, ma'am. This is who.
Don't do that.
Oh, I will do that. Trust me, I will do that. This is who's raising these girls. She has made this a black and white issue, a racial issue. This is a black man telling a joke about a black woman who's a celebrity, and you making it everything else. They will go to this length other than hold black women accountable. And they
Not
want
true.
you to jump out of the window and do this shit.
Not true.
You just said, I'll let the audience in the
true.
comments decide. Ma'am, I'll let the audience in the comments decide.
And you know what? It's okay.
Of course it is, because you don't have to pay the consequences for your foolishness. A black man would. Your
Who is
husband would.
'Cause
Your
you mentioned-
son would. See, black men, it's okay because you're the one that'll be dead. You're the one that'll be in jail. And women like her will be out doing what the French toast they're doing.
Not true.
Yes, true. Let your lying ears determine the truth of what you just heard.
Once again, we can agree to disagree, and it's okay. I'm sure everything in the Smith family will be all right.
What about the Rock family?
I'm sure,
So if the Rock family felt some kind of way, okay, let's just play it your way. What if Miss Rock said, you know what? It's all fair. Will smacked you. So I'm gonna go shoot Will because he disrespected my husband, my ex-husband. That's my family. We'd be all right with that?
Well, then we got a murder mystery popping off.
No
right,
murder
from the
mystery. She
Oscars.
walks up and no murder mystery. She walks up and caps Will.
Yeah.
And it's all fair play, right?
Kevin, why do you have to go to the extreme?
Because sometimes, I'll tell you why I go to the extreme. Because it's the only way to get some black women's attention.
It's not true.
Ma'am, you just proved it.
You don't have to go to the extreme to get our
Okay,
attention.
where does it end, ma'am? Where does it end? You say it's disrespect to family. Okay, Chris Rock is a man. He got family.
Yeah.
You say he should have got his lick back. Okay, he getting his lick back. Oh, she getting her lick back. See, when you go violence, it never stops. And violence can escalate. And what you don't want to seem to recognize is, ma'am, this was a petty infraction that you want to make a big global issue about protecting a black woman's ego and stuff. Jada Pinkett Smith is not a shrinking violet.
May I? May I?
Go ahead.
Okay. What would you have done, Kevin?
In which position?
Which
position?
Just give me one moment. Sitting at the Oscars with your wife, who's suffering a sickness.
You're asking me if I was Will Smith. You're
Let
asking me if I was Will Smith. What would I have done?
I was trying to give my.
Well, you've already. I mean, it's either one or the other, and we don't
first.
need the mom. We got
Okay.
another show. If I was Will Smith, what I would have done?
If
Is
you
that
were
what you're asking?
Kevin, what would you have done?
Man, I would have let it ride.
Oh.
I would have let it ride because I'm Will motherfucking Smith. You're Jada Pinkett Smith. You got alopecia. He said, G.I. Jane, you ain't dying of pancreatic cancer. You're in a gorgeous green gown on the red carpet. He don't even know. Before I'm going to put my hands on a man, I'm going to know that it was an insult. He don't even know why, if Chris Rock knew his wife had alopecia. You don't know any of that stuff. You're just assuming it. But let's assume that Chris Rock knew she had alopecia, and
Okay.
Chris Rock was being malicious about it. Let's just assume that. Let's assume that Chris Rock is an evil, dirty motherfucker. I still would have let it ride because I'm Will motherfucking Smith.
But you're
And when
human.
no, you asked me. And when I won my Oscar, I would have used my bully pulpit to make him look like a fool and to gain even more, and then highlight my wife and bring attention to the disease she's suffering from and bring awareness to it. See, we still forget we are of Malcolm and Martin, not this bullshit. There's a better way to handle this than violence, and I am not going to forget our people are above this shit. You can pipe this shit all you want to. We need better from us.
And I agree.
Then don't tell me. Then you ask me what I would have done. Will Smith could have done that too. Man, he is an actor.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. It's an international TV. He is trained. These people have media people and PR. They're trained for this kind of stuff.
But he's a human.
You're
emotions,
so fucking what? That is not an excuse.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. And I want you guys to understand, these are the mothers. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. These are the mothers. Then deal with the motherfucking consequences. These are the mothers. I let this go so y'all can understand. These are the mothers. No logic, no reason, nothing. It's always my way or the highway. And you wonder why so many women fear their mama. You wonder why so many boys are confused. Nothing. There's a healthy debate, and then there's just foolishness.
So where's the foolishness?
The fact that there's nothing that will get you out the point that man should have kept his hands to himself. You keep going back to the fact that he's human. Well, if he's human, ma'am, then he should pay the consequence.
And what's that? Jail, or getting shot by.
Whatever it is, in your world, it's Hatfields and McCoys, man. In your world, it's Hatfields and McCoys. But I tell you what, I hope your black son has more sense than you sound like you got. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I appreciate it, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth. I mean, that's what she believes. That he's just human. He's just human. And this is what happens, in my opinion, my personal opinion. This is what happens when we have a society that tells women, believe all women. It's nothing is ever wrong. And y'all can just go off and do what the hell you want to. Yeah, I wonder where it comes from. Yeah, I wonder where men get minds like this. We're dealing with the women right now. We're dealing with the women right now. So you ladies got to get on camera. I mean, I will hear that you have an alternate point of view, but you cannot just sit back and say, well, because that's how he felt. Okay. Or you can, but I'm still going to argue the point. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Okay. How old are you? All right. So what do you disagree with?
I disagree with the fact that everybody is trying to take the blame off Will and put the blame on Chris Rock. I believe that two wrongs don't make a right.
Take the blame off of Will and put it on Chris Rock?
Yeah, I believe that words don't beget violence.
Okay, so you really don't disagree with me.
No,
Do you
I
think?
don't.
Okay. Okay,
I
you don't
had a
dis-
conversation. I had a conversation with my daughter today. My daughter,
hold on. I want to be clear. Do you disagree with me, or do you think that Will Smith was right or Will was wrong?
I think that Will was wrong.
Okay,
I
that's
think that
okay.
this is
Okay,
wrong too.
hold on. I'm trying to get to the people who think Will was right.
No, I don't think Will was right.
Okay, have a good evening. All right. And see, the thing is, this is why so many young black men run out there full of emotion, because the woman who I just had on previously, that's who's raising them. Just do it. No, it's not okay. Your audio is not connected. Your audio is not connected. So, mm-mm-mm. And okay, here we go.
I was saying that it's not about disagreeing with what you said. I agree totally with whatever you said. I just have a few questions.
Uh, okay. How old are you?
19.
All right. Well, we're trying to do right now. Okay. What is one question? I can try to do that while I'm bringing up the other people. What's the question?
Okay, so I'm in a relationship at the moment, and
Is it about the topic?
yes,
Okay. What is the question?
I'm in a relationship at the moment, and I've done some crazy shit in the past.
Okay. Is this about Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Yes.
Please go ahead and get to it.
He said that what Will Smith did was unnecessary, but I kind of thought that.
All right. No. Come on now. You're going to have to come in with better than that. All right. So now I'm going to open it up to a few guys. If you think what Will Smith did was right and you're a man, call in. Change my mind. Same rules apply. You can't overtalk me. It's only one rule. See, gentlemen, the higher up you go, it's this whole high value man and all this other stuff. The higher up you go, the more stuff you want, the more you're going to have to be able to control your emotions. Because understand something. The reason Chris Rock ain't necessarily motivated to press charges with him, Chris Rock rich. What if that been somebody else? If that had been a lower level comedian, that lower level comedian would have been suing for millions. He would have and could have gotten a bag off of Will. Do you understand that part of being a successful man is managing your emotions? Learn how to mentally respond instead of emotionally react. Shout out Simple. It's the first place I heard him say that. First place I heard him say that. I've heard it said many other places. Learn how to mentally respond instead of emotionally react. Reactions. Things we do in the heat of the moment. can cause a lot of problems. And his initial reaction wasn't to attack. His initial reaction was to laugh. So you're willing to risk an entire life of work, an entire life of work, an image of a squeaky clean Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, carefully crafted over years to do what? Well, you got to understand, Chris Rock has been taking shots at Jada since 2016. He said Jada Pinkett Smith boycotted the Oscars. Jada Pinkett Smith boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. In other words, nobody cares that Jada Pinkett Smith's boycotting the Oscars because she ain't up for no awards. Those are shots. And let's just say that incensed Will Smith so much that he held on to that shit for 6 years. You need counseling and therapy. That you held on to that egregious slight for 6 years to where you had to walk up to Chris Rock after laughing at his jokes to slap him. Man, fuck out of here. Okay. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Hello. How old are you? All right. So why do you disagree? Right. Yep.
Seen that she wasn't, her vibe was off. She was
Okay.
obviously upset by the joke.
Okay.
But then I'm
Hold
on
on.
the
Hold
fence
on. Hold on. Hold on.
because
There's no. You can't be. Okay. So
you can't be on the fence. Go
hold
ahead.
on. Hold on. Check. Hold on. Were you raised with your dad?
Nah.
Okay. I'm not trying to insult you, but
You see I'm laughing.
but you're 28.
Right.
So you're saying that if you were a public figure, a star, and your wife was a public figure, an actress,
Right.
you don't, and you're in a public awards ceremony, and a comedian doing his job cracks a joke at your wife's expense, you think the first thing you're going to do is defend your wife's honor, throw all those other things out.
No, but we wasn't asking what I would do personally.
Well, you said it. You saying that you got to defend your wife.
Right. I didn't say that that's what I would do personally.
Okay, so one of the problems, man, I have a lot of young people today. Y'all try to have it. Just make a decision, man. Was he right or wrong?
I said I agreed
Was he?
with. I didn't.
So
I
would you
said
do what he did?
I said what he did. Was he wrong? Of course he was wrong for it.
Okay. So I don't understand. He was wrong for it. Then you're gonna still make the argument that's okay to what he did. What's the argument you make?
But you asked me, did I agree with what he did?
Right. Did you agree with? Yeah. Did you agree with him slapping Chris Rock?
Yeah, I didn't. Me personally, I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
You thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would I have done it if I was Will Smith? Would I have done it if I was Will Smith?
Hold on. Don't overtalk me. That's not what happens. You can't do that. All right. You're almost 30-year-old black man. Okay. What are we talking about funny?
Yeah, it's entertainment. You got to understand that most likely it could have been staged at the same time. You
It
know what I'm
wasn't
saying? Like
staged. It wasn't
it
staged.
looked.
Man, it wasn't staged, and you know it was real. And you think it's funny?
Yeah, I found some humor in it initially.
Okay.
Yes, off
Okay.
rip.
Okay.
Yes, I thought it was funny. But you can't say, oh, would you can't try to turn it and make it seem like that's what I would have done personally
I
if
don't
I
know
was
what
Will
you would
Smith.
have done. I'm trying to understand what you would have done. And to me, it sounds like you thought
No,
it was funny. Hold on, hold on,
I would have
hold
just
on, whoa, whoa,
let it
whoa.
breathe.
Don't over talk me. Don't over talk. What it sounds to me like, and
Okay,
you tell
that
me if
the
I'm
father of
okay.
Samuels.
All right. See, this is why I ask you if you young men have fathers, because you think life is a joke and a game, man. And
It
the
doesn't have to
only
be
person,
about
the
that.
only,
Like,
the only person being laughed at is guys like yourself, man. I mean, I don't even know how to have a conversation with another man. I'm just trying to understand where you're at, I want you to see the energy that come through. And this is like the woman I had on before, young man. No one's attacking you. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Nobody can even see you. Check your ego. So, I mean, wow. I'll tell you one thing though. Um, if you're still almost 30 years old running around talking about shit's funny, you can do that. But the world ain't playing with us. The world ain't playing with none of us. All right, so here I'm going to bring in three more people. First one to get on camera, the first one that I see on camera, I'll bring up. See, let me use the person I talked to, the last person. A lot of times when people come to these spaces, they want content. You want women to treat you high value men, or a man on this purpose and a man on this, a man on that. You want to be treated with respect, as you should, but you gotta also, at what age are you gonna make yourself start taking stuff seriously? You can still have fun, enjoy life, but I personally believe in the black community, both men and women have a delayed adolescence, arrested development. We spend too much time, y'all spend too much time in your 20s still acting like you're in high school, moving like you're in high school. For the men, it puts you far behind. All right, if you're not gonna get on camera, I'm gonna boot you. So you three guys in here are gone. So boom. I already said get on camera. No, 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 no. Not halfway on camera in the dark. If I can't see you, I can't see you. So, all right. Man, you got to get on camera and stand in the light, man. I don't have time for the silliness or the trolling. So, all right. So you're not doing what I asked you to do. Do. And your audio's not connected. All right. Oh my. Unmute yourself, Lamont. Your audio's not connected. Hello. How old are you? How old are you? All right. You got YouTube playing in the background. So if you got YouTube playing in the background, if your audio is not on, And yes. So I'm just cutting through you guys quickly. So if you're not here, I'm bouncing. See, whether we like it or not, there is something called an ethnic image. And black men, until we have black male media run by black men for black men, we share one collective black male image, black male ethnic image. And ain't nothing, and no amount of shaking your fist or raging against the machine going to change it. It's going to take years and years and years of repair. Now, walking around talking about funny this and funny that, ha ha, he he. I get it. I didn't find anything funny about it personally because I didn't think it was staged. Hello. I can't. How old are you? 28. All right. What do you disagree with?
They have come from a conversation that happened before they got to the Oscars, considering the situation that he chose to do that. He's a professional, so
You
he
think Will
knows
Smith? Hold on. I want to be clear. You think Will Smith was right because of a conversation who had?
him and his wife. Obviously, they might have had some type of pre, awareness of like them sitting in the front, people using them as the butt of the joke. He's Will Smith. They don't think he'll do anything. He just decided maybe now is the time to make a stance for myself. It's the grant
So
or not the
you. So
Grammys, it's the
what I'm trying to
Oscars.
understand is you think that it's okay because of a conversation they had?
I mean, yeah, it's their family. At the end of the
No,
day,
no,
after
no,
the
no, no.
Oscars
It's
is
no, no,
over.
no, no, no. It's not your. See, yeah, people keep saying it's your family. It's not like your family. You're a private citizen. These are
Oh yeah, of course.
celebrities. It's not your
Right.
family. These people are public.
Yeah, I agree. I
Okay,
agree
was
to
it okay? Okay, George Bush, George W. Bush, his daughters, they were made fun of in the media, right? Jenner Bush and all of the drinking and drugging and Barack, the Obama kids, they get talked about. Yes?
correct.
What's the difference?
He's Will Smith. Like
No,
that's
no,
like being
what's the difference between their families and Will Smith's family?
well, Will Smith he's a legacy. He's legit. Like Will Smith is
I'm telling
relevant
you,
in
there's two
Zimbabwe.
presidents, dude.
I know those are presidents, but he's Will Smith. Like they're former presidents. He's still Will Smith. In
So,
Zimbabwe, he's still Will Smith.
but okay. He's Will Smith doesn't tell me anything.
He's
I gave you two instances where very public people, former U.S. presidents, had their families openly talked about and ridiculed.
okay.
They rank higher than Will Smith ever will.
I disagree.
I don't care if you disagree. A former U.S. president ranks higher than a celebrity in Hollywood. Your disagreement is based on what we would consider reality.
I mean, in power, but not influence.
Don't split the hair. The both are the same. Do you think if your family is public, they are off limits?
No, definitely not.
Then
That's why Will Smith made a
Then
statement.
Will Smith's nuclear family, he, Jada Pinkett, and their children are all public figures.
Right.
Then they're all fair game. They're not off limits.
I agree. To that point, I do agree. But
Well, then,
again,
then hold on. Then how can you make the argument that he has to protect his family if you say that they're public figures and thus not off limits?
I believe when
Make the
you're in a
logical
position.
argument. Make the logical argument.
All right. I believe when you're in a position like Will Smith, which is that of a king, you don't allow a jester.
He's not a king. He's a public figure. He's a
Is that really how you
celebrity. He's
feel?
not a king, sir. We were doing good. Don't do the hyperbolics. You're gonna try to
I
make Will King.
I
Okay, sir. No. Don't put King in front of Will Smith, and you don't acknowledge former president. That doesn't
right.
even make
I
a good
understand
argument.
that. I understand that. That's why I said influence, not power.
Well,
He's
sir, we're
very
talking about okay. That's you may consider him more influential. I don't. The world doesn't. Okay, former presidents, Will Smith, black men. We got to do better. This is not something we should be talking. I'm asking if your public figures are your family's off limits. You said no. Then how is the argument he's defending family valid logically?
he wasn't honestly just defending his family, he was defending him. He is his family, as far as I'm concerned. That Smith name is his.
Sir, logically, you said he was defending family. I said, is if your family is public, are they off limits? You said no. Meaning, if you're public figures, you're not off limits. Meaning, anything goes.
But it's Chris
Sir,
Rock, yo.
sir, anything goes. Barack Michelle had to take everything. George W. Bush, his family had to take everything. Logically, make the argument. Don't give me the emotion. Give me the logic.
You're right, but I mean, like,
Okay, then stop right there. I'm right. There is no but. There's no you're right, but.
right.
Logically.
Can I
Logically, there is no
leave a
you're
leading
right.
statement?
Sir, there is no on a test where there's one right answer and there may be other answers that are close. There is no you're right, but in logic. Would you agree or disagree that there is no you're
Nah, I agree.
all right? So the argument you're going to make outside of logic is what?
The influence, it's like the fallen, you kind of want to stop the fall, like Chris Rock is making fun of you on the Oscars. That's the world stage. Like, everybody's there, like not just Americans, everyone in the world is there and everyone's watching. Can't allow that. And so
Okay, so it's okay. So in order to alleviate your suffering, it's okay to attack another influential megastar.
Correct, because he was already being attacked as well.
Who was already being attacked as well?
Will
No.
was being
No. You said Will Smith wanted to stop the fall, alleviate his suffering.
Of his current influence fall.
I want to be clear. So, in order to alleviate or address his suffering, it's permissible to attack another influential megastar.
Not as influential and
No, sir. That's what you just said. We're not talking about who's more influential because that's another. The other one was talking about Chris Rock has influential. He has a family. He has a brand.
But I mean, if you have
just go ahead and say I like Will Smith more than I like Chris Rock, so I don't give a fuck.
I honestly respect Will Smith more than I like him. It's
well,
like
then
legacy.
What was respectful about what he did?
I mean, he acted on what he believed on.
Really? Which belief are we talking about? The belief where he laughed immediately and threw his head back, or the belief when he looked over and saw Jada and she cut him in the eyes and he jumped up like he had an Energizer battery in his back? Which of those two beliefs? Because they happen within 3 seconds. Excuse me. They happen within 3 seconds of one another. 3 seconds. Which belief are we talking about, sir?
I want to say like the idea where I started, like they may have had a conversation.
No, sir. You said you respect Will more than you like him. And you said he acted on what he believed in. And I'm asking which belief, because you don't know that conversation happened.
Oh, the disrespect belief.
Okay,
disrespect.
Sir. Which was, okay, was it the disrespect. That's what you said. Okay, so stop. Listen to what I'm about to say. So Will Smith should have slapped himself first.
Right. If that's the case, to stop the disrespect. Sure.
Should he have slapped himself first?
If that would have stopped the disrespect,
No,
yes,
no,
but
no,
that
no.
was not the
Should Will
case.
Smith have slapped himself first because Will Smith laughed at the joke?
Great point. Great point. That was a horrible take with the camera catching him laughing there.
No,
Him,
it's the
acting.
truth, sir. He
It's the
wasn't
truth.
disrespected.
It is the truth.
Sir, he wasn't disrespected. And the point is, you're trying to say
He
you
was
respect.
disrespected.
No, he wasn't. He laughed. No, he wasn't. He was not.
Yeah, he was a clown for laughing.
Stop. He wasn't disrespected. He laughed. See, what you're trying to justify is something that's unjustifiable. His initial reaction was not disgust or disrespect. It was laugh. He responded to Jada's look. And when is a man operating on somebody else's emotion to your thing, and you're supposed to be the leader, and you go attack another man who is just as much of a king, whether you believe he's a lesser or a greater king, is irrelevant.
Right. Like, again, in this situation, it's all about Will Smith and Chris Rock. I'm not saying this for anyone else. It's just the two giants. One is bigger than the other. One challenged the other responded. That's how I see it.
You do realize that holds no logical water, right?
Why not? Because it's
because I'm just okay. So excuse me. I'll tell you why. Go back and listen to the last 7 minutes of me dissecting your argument. To where I even turned you on to yourself, where I said if it's about disrespect, Will should have slapped himself first because Will laughed first.
And I agreed.
Okay, then you can't stand on your argument because you just countered your own argument. This is, and what I want you guys to understand. Okay, I'm not trying to be insulting, but were you raised with dad in the household?
Of course.
Okay. Is your father making the same argument?
I don't think he knows or cares.
Okay. Men tend to make arguments based on logic, not feelings. And your argument is based on feelings, not logic. How can you respect a man who's acting on feelings, not logic, if he's supposed to be a king?
It's the moment.
It's not the moment. It's the moment. And that's what leaders do. That's what kings do, because in the moment of crisis, kings who make miscalculations on great stages have great consequences. Joe Biden just said, for God's sake, this man cannot stay in power, and caused an international crisis between Russia and the United States in the middle of a war with an off-the-cuff remark. 9 words. Shook the world in markets. That's what leaders and kings do. They mind their words. They mind their actions, because their actions have ramifications outside of themselves. That's what it means to lead. Put yourself behind. Look at what we're doing right now. We're talking about what Will Smith did. The world is talking about this.
This is true.
Instead of Will Smith's accomplishment. We're talking about Will's feelings and August Alsina and entanglements. What leader allows his legacy to get tarnished with emotion like this on his greatest night? Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech. Did he grab a white woman's ass? Did he pull out his dick? Did he walk off saying, fuck this shit, I'm out? Or did he just drop the mic and create history like leaders do? Logic. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Thank you for teaching.
I mean, that was good back and forth, but I want us to understand that this is why I say the higher up we go. That's why I caution you guys for always saying you want to be up here. And it's hard up here. That's why it takes a certain amount of gravitas. I mean, it takes a certain amount of wisdom. You can't always do what you want to do. Because another thing I would say, in the moment, you got to check that ego, man, because ego will cause you some jacked up stuff. It's been my experience. Ego will cause jacked up stuff. All right, Louise. Few more, and we gotta go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good, sir.
So what's the disagreement? So why was Will Smith correct in your estimation?
I see him more as a victim of
Okay.
what was going on between him and Jada. And obviously what he did the other night was something that a rational person wouldn't do. A rational person would have left Jada after that Red Room foolishness, would have dealt with that.
So,
but it's adding up a lot of irrational behavior. I see him almost like Stockholm syndrome. Like,
okay, so where in our society are you allowed to assault somebody because you got problems?
not that so much that it is allowed, but it's understood, and that person should get help.
Where is it understood? Where is it understood?
Mostly, I would think in the law, if there's a reasonable justification for that person's actions.
But
Something
in
outside of
order to
themselves caused
understand,
that.
but you must be held accountable for your actions first. You're saying it's he may have had a PTSD or
a break of some sort.
Okay, but that would be needed to. But that would need he would need to submit to a jury of his peers and the society for judgment.
So if I was on that 12 and the attorney made that sort of a case, I would be more inclined to hear it out. Because I've seen like his face being a meme of him.
So where's if Chris? Okay, so if Will Smith was a victim, what is Chris Rock?
A victim as well of assault. But if someone that's outside, that's dealing with some sort of emotional break, does something to somebody else, that person's held accountable, but not to the same degree of someone that's in their own right mind.
Yeah, okay. He's not mentally impaired.
Not to that extent, no.
Okay, I get the argument you're trying to make. It's Will Smith. If he attacked the man, and are we saying that he's justified in attacking an innocent man doing his job? Or do you not think he's innocent? Or you're not saying he's innocent? Or do you not think he's innocent?
I believe that he's innocent only to the extent that he's in dealing with emotional shit.
No, I'm saying the innocent man being. Do you not think Chris Rock was an innocent man being attacked?
I see him more as an innocent bystander, collateral damage to a certain degree.
Okay, was he innocent? Okay, Chris Rock came to the Oscars to present an award to do his job. That's what he came there for.
Mm-hmm.
And he was assaulted by a troubled Will Smith. Was he innocent? Was he innocent?
Chris Rock was innocent.
All right.
He wasn't, and he was.
So we go with this. If we go with this, Will Smith is is in a troubled mental state. Okay, then who do we hold responsible for this?
The person that we can't hold responsible.
Who?
Jada.
So the way the law works in your land.
Oh, no. Okay, yes, I understand. From that perspective, yes, from the law, it would he would have to make the case of Jada basically drove me crazy. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to do this.
Well,
like how you were saying earlier.
But the thing is, okay, and here's the thing. The law, I mean, the world can't work that way because Will he doesn't have to stay with Jada. And Chris Rock ain't got nothing in this. Chris Rock was doing his thing. Will is not a victim. Will is not a victim.
That's kind of where I'm leaning.
How is Will a victim when he could see? How is Will? Hold on. How is Will Smith a victim when he willingly, knowingly continues to deal with misentanglement? How is he a victim when he knowingly, willingly continues to deal with misentanglement with everything that she has done and continues to do? How is he a victim?
because the only way I can rationalize something like that is there has to be some form of
Yeah, because you want to
manipulation or
make him
coercion.
innocent. Maybe he likes it. Maybe he's just a cuck. Maybe he gets off on it. Maybe this is what he's seeking. See, I think it's interesting that
Okay.
people. I think it's interesting that people can go all down a rabbit hole of, defend Will and the conversation they had. Maybe he just likes this. But the bottom line, whatever they do, Will should have kept his hands to himself. Because Chris Rock is somebody's son and he's somebody's father. And Will Smith would not have done that to somebody who could have broke his jaw. I don't believe anyway. So I hear what you're saying, that he's a victim, but I can't hear him being a victim. I think he's a willing accomplice in his own downfall. Let me scroll through here real quick. I think that was pretty good. That was pretty good. There's a shit ton of people in here. I get it. And I get the argument people want to make that, you're defending your family. Everybody got family, man. Anybody want to calculate the damage Chris Rock took to his reputation? How many of you guys want to be the guy walking around the world that somebody slapped you and you just had to take it? Think somebody else think I could do that to Chris Rock? I mean, all right, you got to get on the camera, or else I got to bounce you. I'm gonna bring in 2 more people. Boom, good conversation. So here's the other part. The whole notion that this is the black man's, I've seen so many women, the resurgence of black men defending black women. Gentlemen, don't take that battery. I would suggest you not take that battery. Or else I got the battery. Hello. How are you?
Good. Big fan of yours, Mr. Samuels.
Thank you very much. How old are you?
I'm 45.
All right. So, what do you disagree with me on here?
Actually, I have to just say I 100% agree with you. Just wanted to.
Okay. I got like 48 people in here. Got to have people that disagree.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Lawrence, go ahead and unmute. Hello. Hey man, your audio is very low. You need to get closer to the microphone. I can barely hear you, man. All right. Well, can't do anything with that. So here's the thing. These subjects are very important. Here's one thing I will say about this whole thing. What Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have allowed us to do is to have a conversation about mental health, relationship roles, dynamics, and their impact upon other people, man. That is one of the big, that is one thing I will say they've done for us. They've done for us. We can do that. Let's do this real quick. Hello. Naya, who it is? Nija. Hello. Hello. NAJ. Naj. Hello, how are you? Good, how old are you? All right, what do you disagree with me on here? But go ahead. So you don't think he so okay. I'm trying to understand. You think Will was wrong for what he did, or he was all right for what he did? Okay, and then but he's also wrong for allowing himself to be emasculated. Oh, okay. I just want to be clear. So it sounds like you kind of agree with me, but I okay. All right. So, okay. Will was, I mean, allowing himself to be emasculated, his bad. When we all, I agree with you. He shouldn't have allowed himself to be emasculated, and I think that's one of the things. Well, yeah, yeah. He shouldn't allow himself to be emasculated. I think that's one of the things we agree. And this is one of the things. So many people like he should divorce her and this and that. Uh, Look, man, I don't see how this is going to get any better. Um, single Will Smith. I mean, the kids are out of the house. I mean, come on. All right, so no, somebody's like, is that Jessica X? No, it's not Jessica X. Why is everybody with like a across the pond accent Jessica X to y'all? Um, Let me do this. I'm trying to get people. If you disagree with me, do the raise your hand thing. I'll take this guy right here. All right. Go ahead. I'm all right. How old are you? Okay. What do you disagree? Why do you disagree?
In the world knows that Will Smith was going to win that award, and to honor the man that raised Venus and Serena, I mean, that's big to be a black man to be able to be put in that position. I feel like he should have. This one time, you got all them other jokers in the audience. You can skip over Will and Jada because you know the red table talks. Everybody know that position.
That's bull. Okay. So let me get this right. Chris Rock was not supposed to do his job.
He could have done it on it just on this night. You know that
No.
he could have won
Why?
that award.
Why?
You know
No,
because
no, no, no. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. I'm going down your path. He knew that he was going to win. Okay, cool. And why does Will Smith get special treatment?
because this is bigger than for what Will did for that role.
I don't,
And
okay, okay. Great. He did a good
the
role.
speech
He
for
did his
that,
job, sir. He did his job.
but he
Chris
could have
Rock did
done
his
his
job.
job
Sir.
on
Listen,
any other
listen.
black.
Hey, bro, hold on. Will Smith is an actor. He did his job. Chris Rock is a comedian. He did his job. What's the point? What's the point?
The point is that Chris Rock shouldn't have picked in pride at
Why?
somebody when you
Why?
already know that position.
Why? Why though?
Because there's everybody else in the audience you could have done. This man's gonna
No,
win the
no,
award.
no, no, no. Please, why should he have skipped over the people that normally get the insults and the ridicule? That's what happens at the hold on. That's what happens at the Oscars. It always happens. You talk to the people. Stop. You insult the people. You make jokes at the people who are going to win or nominated. You don't talk about the person on the 39th row on the third floor. It's not what happens.
But there's other people in the front row with Will
It
that also,
doesn't matter. Why should he have not done well? You haven't made that clear.
because like you said, words have consequences. Like you said, and if you want to pick in pride after
So
every
he should
time,
have poked somebody else with words that have consequences.
yeah, he should have went at somebody else then because
Why?
Will,
Okay, but that then they could have made the same argument, sir. I don't know. I don't know if you understand. It's not making any sense. He shouldn't have talked to Will. He should have talked to Joaquin River. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, he should have talked to somebody else. I mean, and joked at them. Why?
he
Why
could
not
have went
Will?
at Will. I would have been fine if he would have just went at Will. But when you poking pride at somebody's wife, come on now, you're
You mean
not gonna.
another public? Excuse me. You mean another celebrity, another actress, another Academy member? Somebody who is she wasn't just a wife, sir. She's not a private citizen. Why is that? I mean, she's not a private citizen. She's an actress and a member of the Academy.
But
Those
she's
are her
also.
peers.
I understand that, but also she is a human being as well, just like everybody else. That's what you're forgetting. Like you're making money off this show, off your position, and not let you want a disposition, which I'm giving you, and you're telling me another black man can't just bite his tongue. So you're saying Will should have sat there and bite his tongue. So why can't Chris Rock sit there and bite his tongue on that one statement? It wouldn't matter.
No. See, what you're doing is you're conflating a lot of different arguments. I'm saying that Chris Rock did his job. Will Smith's job was to do his job. Why is it okay for Will Smith to attack a black man?
Why is it okay for Chris Rock to
No,
attack
no.
a,
See, that's not
a
what we
black
do
man?
there. That's not what we do, sir. That's not what men do. That please, men don't. Women do that a lot. Answer questions by answering questions. Why is it okay for Will Smith to attack a black man who's doing his job?
When you come at somebody else's wife, and he didn't even look at Jada.
Sir,
He didn't
okay,
even look
and you
at
need to
Jada.
stop right here. You need to stop right here. It's not someone else's wife. She is an actress, a public figure, and a member of the Academy. Please stop making it seem like this is a private citizen. That is disingenuous. Can we agree that Jada Pinkett Smith is an actress, a member of the Academy, and a public figure? Can we agree on that?
We can agree on that.
All right, then. So she is fair game.
But
Can we
with
agree on that?
what I agree with that.
Can we?
but with what
Okay, if
this
she's
award-
fair, okay. Can we agree that she's fair game in that regard?
I agree with she's fair game, but not in this at this occasion for what it stood for black people and what it meant with if Will would have really got the speech off with this not overseated.
What about all the other jokes that Regina Hall and Wanda Sykes and all the other people made at the expense of other black people?
With the turmoil and with everything going on
What
right
about
now,
the jokes that Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall made at the expense of other black people before and after that? Black people. What's the difference?
I hear what you're saying, Chris.
I'm trying to understand what the difference, but what I'm trying to understand is the difference.
What the difference of what? I need to know.
Black women, Wanda Sykes, black woman, Regina Hall, making jokes with other people, other black people, making jokes. Okay.
To the magnitude of what? Did they get a Grammy? Were they up there?
Oscar, okay, your arguments are okay, sir. You keep making what you keep saying is it's a big deal for black people. So it's a big deal. So you don't make jokes about black people when black people are up for awards?
In that situation when you know Will's gonna win. He knew Will was gonna win that. So you leave that in peace and you can go ahead and joke.
What about what you're not making clear is he knew Will was gonna win, so you don't make a joke about Will or his wife or nobody else.
No,
You
I said you
hold
can make it
on.
about Will, just not his wife.
Oh
That's
no,
it.
sir. His wife is okay. So you've already agreed that his wife is a member of the Academy of a celebrity,
Okay.
and okay. So you
She's
keep
human
making that
too, though.
argument, huh?
She's human too, though. Is she not
That
human?
has nothing else, sir. That is a baseless argument. She's human too.
How is that
She is
baseless?
because,
If he
sir,
had,
if she's okay, because why? Because if she was that delicate, that fragile about it, she could have chosen to not attend. She didn't have to be there. See, what you guys are making is emotional arguments that make no sense. And then when someone interrogates it, it's like, well, she's human. What does that mean? Chris Rock is human. His children are human. What if somebody saw your daddy get slapped? I mean, what do y'all not understand that Chris Rock can make all these arguments? He just went to work to do his job. And he didn't call her a whole bag slut. He said, Jada, love you. G.I. Jane, can't wait. G.I. Jane too. Dude.
and then what he say after that? What he say after that? Though he said something like, "Oh,
That was it. All he said, dude.
no, he said
Jada,
something after
love
that. He
you.
said, "Oh, I didn't
No,
mean
so no, he said, oh, that was he said, because Will Smith laughed, and then Jada shot Will daggers, and he saw Will. He said, oh, that was a light one. Because it was. That's why Will Smith laughed. Then Jada responded, and then here comes Will. No matter how you slice it, man, it was not an insult. He didn't call her crazy stuff. That was about as benign of a jab as you can have. And he walks up and open hand slaps the man on international TV. Are you going to honestly sit here and say that fit?
I'm saying what I said before, that Chris Rock should have not on this time. He shouldn't have said that for that.
Again,
that wasn't the
he
right
shouldn't have
time.
said. Okay, you keep.
That
I'm gonna
wasn't
go.
the
I'm gonna
right
go
time
back
for
to
that,
one
though.
more time. I'm gonna go back one more time. You saying Chris Rock should have said this at this time. So let's get this straight. If Will Smith wasn't up for an award, then it would have been all right for him to say it.
I didn't say that.
What time would it? Okay, what I'm trying to understand, sir, is what time would the joke have been okay?
It probably would have never been the right time.
Then you can't. Okay, though. So understand. You said at this time he shouldn't do it, implying that there would have been a better time. So, in other words, your argument is Chris Rock just shouldn't have made fun of Jada Pinkett Smith.
If he did that behind closed doors,
Not behind closed doors, man. They're at the Oscars, and that's it. No, sir. No, see, your argument just fell apart. I'm just trying to follow you, but now the man got to do it behind closed doors. No, she's a public figure at the Oscars, and that's what comedians do. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they've always done. That's the job. It's not out of line. It's what's the job. When Chris Rock goes up there, it's the job. Y'all act like the comedians don't make jokes about people in the audience. That's the job. Please, man. Please, this sounds
you
crazy.
already said they work together. Why would you say something about somebody you work together with?
That's why he took it easy on. Excuse me, dude. That's why he took it because you work together. Because you work together, and you know he ain't trying to slick this. You asked. That's why you do it, and that's why he went light on her. You know, if he really was trying to say some bullshit, he hold on, dude. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. If he's really trying to do something, there's a lot more material than your bald head to go at Jada Pinkett Smith on. Come on now.
Listen,
come on, man. You got to give me that one. You got to give me that. All right, man. You're not making any sense. You're not making any sense. If he was trying to insult Jada Pinkett Smith, are there deeper things he could have said?
It doesn't make it.
Yes, no, sir. Don't move that part. Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Yes, no, don't. If you move it, no. If he was trying, no. If he was trying to insult Jada Pinkett Smith, are there worse things he could have said?
You tell me.
That's what I thought. When you lose an argument, you all rubber. Look, man. These are That there is no justification. That's why I keep doing this. And this is where this is the sad point of see a lot of stuff, men justifying this stuff. Well, it was the wrong time. He shouldn't have, and ultimately he shouldn't have said nothing about it. Comedians talk about everybody. And here's the bottom line. Y'all keep trying to make these people private citizens. They're celebrities. They're public figures. Jada Pinkett Smith put all this out here. And y'all keep trying to side with Will Smith. And I'm asking, what about the black man Chris Rock? I mean, y'all should just go ahead and admit, I just don't like Chris Rock or I like Will Smith better. It's about who you like. You can like who you like, but it makes no sense. You can like who you like. No, man, I've given you plenty of time, man. It's not making any sense, and I don't want to get disrespectful. So, I mean, if you're going to make a better argument, I mean, the argument's going round and round. He should have just did it at this time, or he should have did it at that time, or it could have been a better time. Well, maybe next week or Thursday after next. Walter, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Samuels?
I'm good. How old are you?
37.
All right. So what is the disagreement?
So, I'm an old school New Yorker, right? I come from a different day and age. Do I agree with what Will Smith did? Yes, in a way. From my day and age, any sign of disrespect in any way, talking to a man's wife anyway, being in the streets, even though they are not street people, yeah, slapping somebody in the face, that's something that would have been permissible. I'll say that. You get where I'm coming from?
No, I don't. I absolutely don't. Will Smith they were at the Oscars, sir.
Absolutely.
They were wearing, she was wearing, I believe, Dolce & Gabbana. Chris Rock was wearing Tom Ford. If I'm not mistaken, Will Smith was wearing Tom Ford.
Absolutely.
Jay-Z, Beyonce or Jay-Z, one of them had a $1.5 million watch on.
Absolutely.
Why are we trying to make these people common, everyday citizens going about their life, and then all of a sudden, the big bad comedian Chris Rock just insults a innocent woman?
Absolutely.
I don't know. No, you said absolutely. I'm not understanding, because I get where you're from, but that ain't where these people were.
So what the point I'm making is that you're not taking into account the fact that you may have encountered this man, Will Smith. He may have slipped into a place where he may have regressed into a place where he was from, maybe the streets of Philly. He may have been back in that place.
Oh, was that before? Hold on, sir. Was that before he laughed or after?
I mean, that might have been an involuntary reaction.
No. Okay. So, in other words, this becomes about the street.
It looked like it. It looked like it.
So we're saying to black people, just because you were raised in the street, you can never rise above the street.
I don't condone it.
No. I'm trying to understand. Is that the argument you're making?
The argument I'm making is that
I'm just trying to understand. No, sir. Okay, I'm just trying to understand that it could have happened and he could have regressed.
That's true.
So that we need to make sure that no black people from the street ever hold any significant office or position, because it could happen. Would you support that? Black men not holding any office of any power, especially if they're from the inner city or the so-called street, because they could regress. Would you support that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
well then I don't understand your argument, because if it can happen, then we need to accept that as a society and put in safeguards. If we're going to excuse the behavior, that seems like a rational safeguard.
I mean, at the end of the day, where was the security?
No. The security was Will Smith sitting his motherfucking ass, sitting down. That's what the security was. That's what the
Absolutely.
security was. The security was if Will Smith would have saw Dwayne The Rock Johnson doing it, crossing his legs like he been doing.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay, so no security should be, you should be your own security.
I agree.
So I don't understand and this is, I'm always kind of curious when I hear people from the street or the inner city or whatever make this street argument as if people who ain't from there got to live in fear or be on the guard that could come out.
Right.
I done beat many street niggas' ass.
Right.
I ain't proud of it, but I'm just saying we're supposed to do better.
Absolutely.
And if I'm not mistaken, did Chris Rock from the streets too? Brooklyn or something?
I'm from Brooklyn and I grew up in that area. That don't mean you tough, and I.
But it's the street though.
Right.
I didn't hear the difference between, I don't know, what's the difference? Does the street make you tough or not? Does the street make you tough or not? I'm not trying to be funny, but because when I hear people talk about I'm from the street, it's like there's some people who are from the street, but they're really not from the street. I don't understand how this street shit works.
Right. Just because you're from the street don't make you tough. But again, Will Smith could have regressed into, a mindset that may have been indicative of growing up in that type of environment. You get where I'm coming from? I'm not saying it makes it an excuse.
So temporary insanity because, no, I do, but I think I get where you're trying to go, but I think it's a weak argument because where was all this when he's really getting insulted and, we always know what happened. I think what more likely happened is he saw an opportunity to assert his masculinity and he took it on a weak target. That's why I have no respect for what he did.
That's true.
I mean, if he'd have rolled up on a street nigga, if he'd have rolled up on somebody who could have done something, I would have said, okay. But he didn't roll up on nobody who could do nothing.
I agree.
And where I'm from, that makes you a bitch.
I do. I think so too. I think he was sore for it.
I'm serious. I'm not from the street, but we all got codes where we come from. And where I come from, if you are a bigger dude and pick on or do something to a smaller dude, we fuck you up.
Yeah.
It's like even I understand in prisons or something like that, there are things that even prisoners got a code. If you do something with like kids or something, everybody got a code. And that's ultimately where I'm coming to. Will Smith broke the code.
That's a fact.
Whether it's the street or the suburbs, that's the code. All right, we agreed on that thing. Okay, appreciate it, my friend. And I wasn't trying to make fun because I'm from the country. I can't say I'm from the street. My projects ain't y'all's projects.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders.
Government cheese is government cheese, but it ain't Cabrini Green or Marcy and no shit like that. So, all right, then, y'all. Y'all are never gonna hear me try to act like I'm a street dude. Our projects in Oklahoma was projects. But dang. When I lived in New York, I was like, God damn, them is real projects. All right, look. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Look, there's a code. And the code ultimately is whether he hit a weaker man, physically smaller, not trying to do him any insult. And he was relatively sure that he wasn't going to get checked, because I need you guys to understand, Will Smith slapped this man and turned his back. I bet you Jesus, if he'd have slapped somebody that could whoop, he wouldn't turn his back on the right one. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. You wouldn't have, you wouldn't have slapped the right one and turned his back. He would have been getting curb stomped walking. That's the worst thing you do. Slap a man and turn your back. You can't defend yourself with your back turned. He slapped him and buttoned his jacket like he did something. That was some punk hoe shit, Will. I guess I better run. Shit, I'm 6'4", 215. Try that shit with me. Me and Will will be taking a picture like this. I ain't trying to fight nobody over this bullshit, man. Come on, man. I'm 53 years old. Y'all can do all that fighting and tussling and taking. What all that bullshit? That's what you got accountants and lawyers and security for. What the fuck are we doing, man? I am tired of no matter where a man, black man gets to, we gotta assert ourselves physically or fucking. I reject that as our only way to affirm ourselves. I'm tired of that shit with black men, for black men. No matter how you get, you can have a CEO, you can have Reginald Lewis, you can have Robert Smith and Byron Allen and Damon John and Jay Prince and Master P, and y'all expect if these dudes get into a disagreement that they supposed to shoot the fairway. Man, fuck that shit. We're supposed to fight it or fuck it out. No, black men are not primitive. This is not 2001: A Space Odyssey. We have other ways of expressing our discontent and displeasure with one another other than fighting. And anybody who supports this shit and says you for black men, for black men's betterment, evolution, improvement, black male media, black male image, and you support this, I question your support. At what age can we stop fighting? Just curious. At what age? At what age do we not settle things with fisticuffs? At what age do you not have to be real no more? At what level? At what level, at what time do black men get to decide black male masculinity on our terms? Not on what she may think, not on what the street think, not on what Wall Street think, but on our own individual codes. To where we don't have to destroy one another just because we disagree. So if you're not down for that, you might as well leave this channel. That's why I don't beef. That's why I don't go back and forth and all this other stuff. It's not a good look. I've been called everything but a child of God. By and 99.999999999. Matter of fact, I can count on two hands how many people I've met on YouTube in person. I've been called everything. You don't know me. Say what you want to. I get to choose how I respond. And my challenge is, as men in general, black men in particular, that's power. Power is not what you do, it's what you can do, but you choose not to. The true test of power is what you don't do. We got about the old numbers the other day. All right, folks. Appreciate you guys. Let me also say this too. Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I was going to mention something about the women, but nope. This is us, gentlemen. We determine us. We determine us. And it is my sincere hope that Will Smith makes a real apology to Chris Rock. And this can be an opportunity for a better outcome for the overall ethnic image of black men. This could be an opportunity, not just content. All right. Till next time, talk to y'all later.
addicted to the good life.